Once upon a time. That's how these things usually start, yes? A sister took pity on her brilliant, prolific, and incredible brother. She had somehow gotten it in her head that he might be lonely, or at least that's what she claims. And so, on a perfectly fine, productive Friday afternoon, the sister picked up her son from the Elwood Academy for Boys and dropped the aggravating child off on the brother's doorstep. Now the boy had visited Quadrangle Manor on a few occasions. Each time was complete with a grand entrance from the brother, who was in fact a professor and inventor with a profound and soaring intellect. With each visit, the inventions he exhibited became more slick and cutting edge. The boy eagerly awaited the revealing of the professor's latest contrivance, but this, the most captivating of visits, started a bit differently. Well, let's see here. If I configure the transdimensional velocity regulator at approximately 0.887 microseconds past the... Oh, you're here? I have the most incredible invention to show you this visit. Unfortunately, I'm a bit indisposed at the moment. If you take your luggage into the foyer, I will join you as soon as I can. Oh, you confounded machine. Oh. What was that? Oh, good. That should be a safety release for the door. Where on earth did I put that? Oh, no, 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 no! Ah!
Wait, what just happened? I'm not entirely sure where I am right now. The security uplink on my watch still seems to work, so I can see you and... Hello? You can hear me, right? Jump around a bit if you can. Ah! It seems as if I can still tap into the intercom system. Well, I most certainly can do better than this. Testing, 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 testing!
There. Ha! Much better. Now, what in the world are you doing here? Were you supposed to be here today? No matter. Well, judging from the current underwhelming amount of light in this room, we're still on backup power. My head is killing me. It seems as though I now possess a rather large epidural hematoma. A bump on the head. Do me and yourself a favor and head to the front hall. There's a way to restart the power grid. Last I remember, I was in the new technology sector, and then... I don't know. If you head over to my office over on the left, you should be able to restart the manor's power grid. Throw that switch there. It should be the one. Well, that wasn't as effective as I'd hoped. You'll have to reactivate the generators in each sector in order to lift the current lockdown. Just take the glove in the box with you. I wish you could see my facial expression right now, as I am not pleased.
Hello everyone, Nathaniel here from SuperGameCrashers and welcome to Quantum Conundrum. Okay, so this game was requested by the other half of SuperGameCrashers, Sean, and I'm going to play it. Now, it should be noted that I have played this game religiously when it came out, so I kind of know all the puzzles. So hopefully the first section will only take about 2 videos, and the next section 2 videos, and the final section...
Up that glove.
I actually don't remember him saying that.
What you are holding is an early prototype of the interdimensional ship device, or IDS device for short. It's one piece of my latest invention that should come in handy. Get it? You know, because it's a glove.
Anyway, so yeah, guys, I love this game. I think it's brilliant. I've played it religiously.
If you can access the generator at the back of each wing, we might be able to lift the lockdown on the rest of the house. It seems as if the breaker did unlock the blue wing. Well, I suppose you should start there first.
I really wish I had a webcam, because if you could see the expression on my face, he's interrupting me all the time. It's really annoying. Anyway, oh
There's
God.
something I must tell you. My latest invention has required me to make a few adjustments to the house since the last time you barged in. I mean, visited.
Anyway, guys, so this game was developed by one of the people who made Portal, Kim Swift. And before it came out, a lot of people said that this game was going to be just like Portal. But it isn't. It has absolutely nothing to do with Portal. There are no portals in this. You're not in a testing lab. There is no evil AI following you around. It's completely different. While it has the same kind of idea behind it, it is just a totally different game. And I love it. I think it's brilliant. I'd say it is on par with Portal, but it's nothing to do with it. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff.
Now, one of the topics that our family has been studying for several generations are rifts, existing between various dimensions. I've been able to develop a power source that will channel enough energy into one of these dimensional rifts that it can be widened enough to travel through.
You guys probably remember this from the introduction, but also, if you're a fan of The Rocketeer, which is a movie made in the 90s, it looked kind of familiar. And also from the intro. Looks remarkably like Mr. Freeze's first gun when he first appeared in the comics. And in the animated series as well. Yeah.
The glove controls the power source, which allows you to travel to whichever dimension has rifts in the area.
If we go up here.
There's a painting of the glove you're wearing on the wall. Notice how it is nice and clean and not completely destroyed by an unqualified 10-year-old. Or are you 12? I can never remember. Let's make sure that life imitates art.
You know, for a genius, I thought he'd be able to figure that out, you know, when the person was born and the date it is now, and then, you know, you just put the two together and you get the age.
You won't have control over the ability to switch dimensions yet. Just be patient.
Although I sometimes forget the age of my cousins all the time and my nephews, so it's sort of like
This door is using one of my inventions, the repetitive, periodic, articulating Gruy Day.
To be honest, he doesn't talk as much later in the game.
Except it's far more advanced.
Come here, Desmond. Boop! Now this is interesting because that door should only remain... Oh, it does. I never noticed that before.
Well, because your glove is an early prototype, it has a few limitations in terms of dimension accessibility and the distance it can be from a receptacle in order to function.
It should be noted that the narrator, or the professor, is voiced by the same guy who plays Q in Star Trek. Yeah, The Next Generation, and in Voyager, and in Deep Space Nine. I can't remember his name off the top of my head because it's one of those long names that you can't really remember. But yeah, pretty awesome.
This is such an early experiment with dimensional shifting, so I decided to have it triggered remotely with the drinking bird. Instead of operating a door, the bird will trigger a dimensional shift. There's an IDS battery in the machine that will power the dimensions, which in this case is Fluffy Dimension. In addition to Fluffy being embarrassingly adorable, it's also rather useful because everything is 10 times lighter than normal.
Okay, yeah, so every time a dimension shifts, all the paintings change as well, so yeah. Should be noted, you pick up things with the left mouse button and you throw things with the right mouse button. So, yeah, pretty easy. Jump, spacebar, WASD to move, super simple.
Though that looks like a regular scale, it is in fact a portable kinetic mass to electricity converter.
Yeah. I kind of figured what it was. Okay, guys, so the reason this is going to take 2 videos to complete this first section is because he's talking all the time, and unfortunately certain sections will not move on until he's finished talking. But in the later levels, that changes. So that's
There's that
good.
lovely bird
What?
again. Sometimes I call him Desmond.
The only thing I've not completed in this game is the extra
Since
challenges
you're holding a
because
version of the IDS device,
they're not really that fun. I find the original game to be much more fun than the challenges.
Let me try that again. You remain constant, so no matter the dimension, your mass, shape, speed, and trying personality remain the same. You should throw that IDS battery into the receptacle.
Oh, come on, why didn't that go in?
That receptacle will distribute the power source around the room, allowing you to now use your IDS device to switch dimensions at your leisure.
Yes.
As I mentioned, dimensional rifts in the manor are magnified by the stabilizing energy from the IDS receptacle and batteries. This is what enables you to slip between dimensions when you're wearing the IDS glove.
You guys may have noticed that there is a little bit of lag every now and then, and that's because in between these corridor sections, the game is actually loading up levels so it can be more seamless. But sometimes players can actually skip ahead, so it sort of rushes the loading of the levels and makes it a little bit more jarring. So watch, see, there it is, it's a little jump.
Ah, that's Dolly. Dynamic Object Linear Ligation Interface. To you, a cloning device. I like my house just so. So I decided to add functionality to her to keep everything consistent.
Functionality, huh?
I'll need to tune that later.
Oh, thank goodness it doesn't work properly, otherwise I'd never be able to solve this test. Actually, I could put a sofa on this thing and it'll still power it. It doesn't have to be a safe. It can be anything that's heavy that you can't lift. See? I can't lift any of this. It's too heavy. I can lift a book, but it's not heavy enough. Not yet.
These are my own particular hybrid beams of carbon dioxide and neodymium dope yttrium aluminum garnet lasers using an alternating ray configuration. Gives them an extra kick.
So yeah, you can use anything really to power these things. Just make sure I don't hit the laser. If I turn it off, powers it up. Fantastic. I do love this game. It's fantastic. I find it funny.
Unfortunately, the breaking of this glass is a necessary evil.
There's an easy way to do this one.
If
If you power up before, it doesn't break the glass, so you don't have to drop down. And if you position it just there, break it, powers the door. Right through. Now, I don't know any speedrun tricks in this game, to be honest, guys, so I'll just be playing it as normal. But yeah, it's still pretty cool, so let me pick this up, down, this up,
oh, that,
throw it.
Creature there is an interdimensional kinetic entity, or Ike.
Oh, he's so cute. There we go. And exit. I have to say, guys, I do enjoy listening to the dialogue sometimes because some of it is just so humorous. Even though I've played this game so many times, I've literally racked up about 40 hours in this game, even though it's only about a 2-hour game. So that's how much I've played it. And I often play sections over and over and over and over again because I enjoy them so much. It's just got that appeal to it.
Stop for a minute and take a look at the painting. The machine I referred to as Dolly started out as a simple metal forge that had been in the family since medieval times. The original quadrangle suit of armor was actually constructed in this very forge.
Amazing.
My great-grandfather modified the old forge so that if it had enough raw resources, it could craft steel objects autonomously. This predecessor to Dolly supplied all the materials needed to build the Underground Railroad. This machine single-handedly won the Civil War. not really.
Kind of reminds me of the auto crafting tables in Tekkit, which, by the way, if you have a server and you have automatic crafting tables, ban them because they can be used to duplicate items. Yes, that's right. They can be used to duplicate items, and it's not been patched yet, so ban them. There are other ways of crafting items that don't use the crafting tables.
I made my own modifications to my great-grandfather's designs. The current Dolly specifications do not require any raw materials. For example, Dolly converts energy from the radioactive science juice directly into matter. I never did sort out why she makes so many copies of things. Oh well, you can never have too many safes, or chairs, or coffee tables.
Here's one question for you. Why does she have a tongue? An air-raising scheme. I know how this one
In
works.
case you're wondering, you turned on the fan.
Yep.
Please say that you don't need me to explain that to you.
I don't know what it is, but it kind of reminds me of Stephen Fry. Oh, bugger, I missed. Whee! Now, I don't actually have to solve this test, but I want to. Because there's something I want to get, and I want to show you guys about it, and tell you the reason why I'm not going to bother collecting them. So it was just 1, 2, 3. Bee stings.
Ah, that's where that got to. That is a botched experiment of mine called the awkward noise generator. There's got to be more around here somewhere.
I am not going to be spending 20 minutes of my time trying to collect these bloody things, but if I see one, I'll try and get it. Now, these are supposed to be collectathons, but I hate collectathons, so we'll just pick this one up because I can't be arsed.
Standard issue conveyor belts. Sometimes laziness should be indulged.
There we go. That opens the door, and then we just wait until the conveyor belt reaches, but I'm lazy, so I will. Hey! Yeah, there we go. Problem solved.
So, I haven't discussed my location a whole lot, but it seems as if I'm in some sort of limbo.
Oh.
I think I may explore a bit and see what turns up.
Now, when I got this game, I got it as soon as it came out, and I played it straight away. When it lagged, his voice never used to lag, and then they released a patch for it, and now for some reason his voice will lag when the game lags. Don't know why, it just happens. It's very unusual. Journey of discovery, yes. Fire!
Why? Well, at least avoid impaling yourself horribly. It's bad enough the glass needs to be tidied up.
Have you guys ever had a cut from like a piece of glass? It is the worst kind of cut imaginable. It never stops bleeding. It really doesn't. I cut myself the other day on a mirror that I dropped by accident, and I cut myself so badly I just couldn't stop bleeding for hours. I didn't go to the hospital, of course, because I'm not stupid, but yeah, it hurt, and it hurt a lot, and it was only a little cut on my finger as well. Really painful. Okay guys, so it should be noted that items that have been turned to fluffy are affected by fans, and depending on which way the fan is blowing, that's the way the item will stay. Parkour. I don't like the parkour in this game. I find it to be excruciatingly awkward and very difficult to actually do, because he carries his own momentum, but you can't really stop the momentum in the air fast enough for yourself to stop falling. So you have to build a pair of stairs here. Like I say, guys, this section is probably going to take 2 videos simply because he talks and I can't move on until he finishes talking. Okay, we turn this fan on. There we go. As far as I know, you can't take too much fall damage in this game as well,
This room
so...
often gets rather sweltering in the summertime. Air circulation is very important.
Alley up. Hey. I could take the safe with me, but even if I did, it would just go boop as soon as I went through the door. Kind of like what happens with the cubes when you... Oh yeah, we've got a bottomless pit here, so I have to be careful. Kind of what happens with the companion cubes in Portal. They just get destroyed.
The physicality of that still completely baffles.
I don't know why I'm comparing this to Portal. It's got nothing to do with Portal. Hopefully we can finish this and I can end the episode. Oh! That is going to happen every time I die. I'm going to scream. I am going to scream every time I die. Just because I can. Like I said, he doesn't keep his momentum when you push back. There we go. Oh, right, we finished the level. Thank goodness. So, I shall see
With
you
these
guys.
specifications, you should be able to recreate several objects in the research and development lab adjacent to my office.
Right, I'll see you guys in the next episode where we'll finish this level off. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and this is Nathaniel signing off.